Hello, good evening. My name is Ado Kadeleye. I'm the host of Unspoken, the podcast. Welcome to Dominion TV. Well, this evening we'll be talking about recovering from heartbreak and trauma. It's normal for you to get served breakfast. It's normal for you, relationships to come to an end. Sometimes we outgrow them. Sometimes it's for our own good. Sometimes we decide to move on. But at times we need to find ourselves. Yes, one thing is this. Now, you need to sit back, look at how things have happened, and examine what your shortcomings might have been, and then work on yourself and be better on yourself. We'll continue shortly.
They've thought about this shit 3 months ago, and they've already made their minds up. They might stay with you for those 3 months, and you can tell the energy's a little different, but they've already made their minds up, and there's nothing you can say that's gonna get them back. They're gone. Are they hurt? Absolutely. But their hurt was 3 months ago. Your hurt is right now. And guess what? They're gone because their hurt was 3 months ago. They're about to go live their life. Now you're sitting in it. You lost your best friend, you lost your girlfriend, the love of your life, and now you got to sit there and be like, what the fuck do I have left?
Yeah.
I think men take heartbreak and losing someone way worse than women because we don't see it coming. They've thought about this shit 3 months ago, and they've already made their minds up. They might stay with you for those 3 months, and you can tell the energy's a little different, but they've already made their minds up, and there's nothing you can say that's gonna get them back. They're gone. Are they hurt? Absolutely. But their hurt was 3 months ago. Your hurt is right now. And guess what? They're gone because their hurt was 3 months ago. They're about to go live their life. Now you're sitting in it. You lost your best friend, you lost your girlfriend, the love of your life, and now you got to sit there and be like, what the fuck do I have left?
Yeah.
I think men...
Welcome back. So as usual, I'm here with my crew, those who help me, put spice to things. Yeah. So I'll let them do the honors. IT.
Yeah, my name is Oyetunji Tinolua. I'm a full stack developer, and that's that for now.
Okay. My name is Tejiri Joanna Tialubi. I'm a former educationist and now an entrepreneur and a content creator.
My name is Prebo Aripade. I'm a content creator, a videographer, and an online tutor.
All right. So let's start from you, bro. Do you agree with the video?
Yes, I do. To an extent, I do.
Okay. Shed more light.
Okay. He said men take heartbreaks much worse than women.
Yes, because he believes that the women had pre-planned it.
Not really pre-planned. I think it's they checked out earlier before the guy realized that it's over. The woman has already checked out. So I think they've already gone through the heartbreak process before they tell you that I'm leaving. So I think that's why they move on faster than the guy. It depends on who initiates the breakup anyways, or who gets tired. I'm just saying, okay, if the woman that gets tired in the relationship first, or the side of the relationship, and she initiates, before a woman initiates a breakup, she's already mentally checked out before she leaves. So that's why it looks like the guy is taken on her way. And that's why we go through the stages of denial. Go through the stages of grief, rather, before we now accept that, okay, this has happened. Somebody don't get to the end of it. Some they are stuck in denial, and that's why they stay throughout. And that's why in subsequent relationships, they can't process their emotions because they've not processed the grief. So I think I agree with him in that aspect.
Because the way she's smiling, it looks like she has something to say, to interject.
Okay.
No. I think he got it. Sometimes it looks as if the women don't feel affected by the heartbreak. And that is if they initiate the heartbreak, okay? So before a woman says, I'm no longer interested, she's been giving you, opportunity. She's been communicating with you. I don't like what you're doing. Can you change this? And you're like, no, this is who I am. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to stop. Okay? And so when she gets tired, she's checked out in her mind. In her mind, she's crying. And you ask her, why are you crying? Nothing. The girl is mourning the breakup already. And so by the time she tells you, you will start mourning your own fresh breakup. She's moved on. So it looks as if, oh no, she doesn't feel it. She's posting today in a luxurious spa. But she's been mourning even while in the relationship, you get. So, but sometimes when it is the man that does that initiates the breakup, you know, it can be very devastating too for the woman. So I don't think it's a question of who feels it more. I think it's a question of, do we feel it? Do we process the feeling of the heartbreak, or do we deny that? No, you know, we like to maintain steeze and be demure about it. No, you're not going to post on your status, and then nobody is my ex. But you're crying indoor, you're lamenting, you know. So I think we all feel it. So it is the processing that differs.
You know, especially because, okay, I think for the men now, I think it's also because, you know, especially when we find ourselves in a relationship where we've opened up, we've become vulnerable with you, you know, like, I've just, like, I'm building my wall around you understand? So this is it now. In building my wall around you, I'm beginning to build walls, fence other people out. And then, how can you just come and up and leave? How can you just check out on me like that? IT, is it fair?
Well, it's not fair. But as a man or whoever the person, wherever the person is trying to build your wall around the next person, who are you within yourself? Like, do you know yourself? And have you tried to assess your your good parts, your bad parts, and have you tried to work on them?
She told me it's not me, it's her.
Well, that's
she told me it's not me, it's her, so I don't think I have a problem. She said it's her.
Well, that's a very generalized line. It's not me, it's you. But you should look inward as well. You should look inward.
Even when she says it's not me.
No matter what happens, no matter the situation, you have to assess the outward and the inward. No matter what they say, you have to check yourself and see if truly it is not actually you.
Okay, I think I get where it's coming from.
Okay.
I watched a video online, and I think it was a movie from movieniger.com or something. I can't remember the title of the movie. Now, this girl had issue with this guy because the guy was so peaceful.
Yeah, crazy reason.
Too loving,
okay.
Right? Now, the thing is, when breakup happens, you know, the man may not be the bad person. So sometimes when they say it is not about you, it is about me, it can be true.
Yeah, it can be right.
True.
You understand? So sometimes the breakup might not be because of what the person suffering it had done. Maybe the person, you know, that, and the lady is saying that you are too peaceful for me, you are too calm for me. It could be her own background. It could be her own trauma speaking. She believes that if a man does not slap her, that the man does not love her and all of that. And so you being peaceful, you're not matching up to that energy of who she thinks is a man. And then she says, I can't settle with you. So such a lady will need therapy to be able to understand what love is and how do we express love. You understand? Sometimes it can also be the man who is the very bad person.
So it's possible that the lady she's not been programmed, she's not ready to receive loving in a particular way.
She doesn't know the correct...
She feels the kind of loving that should be
toxic.
Toxic, you know, you should show some strength, be brute.
Well,
in such a case now, I'm loving you because I love you. Mm-hmm. Am I supposed to now start beating you up like a goat? Because
such a case, you have that's where his opinion comes in. Now, in such a case, you have to choose yourself first and walk away while you're grieving. Because human beings will not change until they want to change. She's not going to change until she sees a reason to change. Maybe she visits a therapist and then she sees the reason why she should now look at it. Okay, love does not have to be toxic. It does not have to involve domestic violence. It doesn't have to involve beating and all of that. You know, love can be peaceful. You know, somebody can love me and be peaceful and choose to, you know.
Decide to gift you, surprise you, be spontaneous. Now, because this is the next part I'm going to now. In so doing, now for a man who's stoic, it took him time to be vulnerable with you, and then he's opened up, he's vulnerable with you, and then you then take his vulnerability for weakness, and then you actually, some of them were actually bold enough to rub it in your face as well, like, you're just you're weaker, so you use some funny languages, right? Now,
Simp.
yeah, you call you a simp, they call you, and this a pandra, there's this, you pander to them and co, they use those funny words. Now, they do that to you, you know, as a man. I think it also gets to affect the next person you meet.
That's what I wasn't going to say. Like when she brought
Because
up that
the
story,
consequences now, it means you probably, if someone, let's say someone does that to you, would you be vulnerable to the next person?
that's where I'm going to about doing the internal work. Whether you are wrong or not, or you are not the problem or not, that the fact that somebody has told you that because you are too peaceful and breaking up with you, the next instinct as a human being, in your next relationship, I'm going to show that I am the. So that's where it's part of the process of healing. That's where self-awareness work comes in, and you have to do the internal work in your healing process.
That says that where she's coming from, that they are violent now, they always fight.
So as a man now, you now have to do the internal work of not pandering. I don't know if it's right or towards what she said, so that in your next relationship, you'll not be this. So you have to do that internal work to still keep your personality.
But that is becoming it now. The thing is this now. When you're trying to change now, you're trying to fit into someone else's definition.
That's where you're not healing.
This is what I think. You shouldn't try to fit in. You shouldn't try to fit in. That was why I'll keep saying that you need to know yourself, to know what qualities you want to attract from the next person.
All right, but sorry now. There's something I found out. Do you know some people are so manipulative that the things that they saw in you that attracted them to you, they will get into a relationship with you and then try to change that exact same thing. And then when they achieve the goal of changing that same thing, then they begin to tell you, you're not the man I used to love. The man I used to love used to be this. Where is that man I used to love? And you'll be like,
I think he's
in that case now, because now you're saying, yes, you should look inwards, you should examine yourself and co. Now, I think for someone to even say yes to you in the first place, there's something about you that attracted them to you. Yeah. It's a two-way thing. Because when you were asking, it's two answers. Is that a yes or a no? Now, I'm sure there were many options. There were people before you. After you said, there will still be people.
Yes.
So if she said yes to you, there's something about you. So why is it that then all of a sudden it's that same thing that you want me to change?
Well, as a man or whoever they are trying to change, you need to understand yourself. I'll keep going back to this. Yeah. You need to understand yourself. How on earth would you know yourself so much and someone would bring an opinion to change how grounded you are? Because you are a steady person, a secure person, someone that is very secure. And over the years, you've understood that this is the kind of person I am, and I am secured because of their research that backs being secured and all these different attachment theories. So, once you understand that, and someone sees that and loves you for it, then comes and tries to change you. So, in the process of changing, are you not at alert that this person is doing something that's so totally different from what we started with?
Well, there's something they said. They said there are people, 3 people you don't advise. People who are drunk, people who are in love, and people who just got into money. Man. Because you try to talk, they tell you if you easy runner.
I think it has to do also, like you said, with self-awareness. See, if you are someone who does constant review about yourself, you constantly review your actions and all, you see these red flags they talk about, your alarm rings. But emotions will make you forgive the first time. The second time, when it becomes constant, that is when the bells go off and then you begin to panic. There is this anxiety that comes. You will know. So now it is left for you to follow your emotions, or you follow that alarm and say, no, this thing is not going to work out. Let me pull out.
There are those that will gaslight you and make you feel like you're like, why are you like this?
You must know yourself.
Why
I
you
don't know why
always...
this song keeps coming to my head. Bad energy, stay far away. See, you need to understand.
They will make you feel like you're overthinking things.
They will tell you are too sensitive.
You're too, like, why?
You are too emotional.
True.
Trying to bring down your guard so that you can take what you know you cannot. See, when you start tolerating what you know is not your person, it becomes hypocrisy that you cannot sustain on the long run. I tell people, I said the best time to know people is during moments of crisis. If you know somebody during the moment of crisis, that behavior is the worst case scenario. Is the person at its core. It is not when the going is smooth and lovely that you know the true character of someone. It is when everything goes down.
They're able to stand their ground.
So if a man or a woman is able to control her emotions during critical situations, you are good to go. So if in time of conflict somebody is abusing me, abusing my mom, abusing my dad, they did not train you very well, why am I going to settle with someone like that? Why? So if I do that, I'm the one opening up myself for trauma, for hurt, because the moment I say I do, I'm already inside. Do you understand? And now we're going to bring in children into the mix, and I'll begin to think I cannot allow my children to be fatherless and all of those things, except I'm a very strong person, and I say, okay, I just want to walk away. So people sometimes deliberately walk themselves into situations that they could have avoided.
Know your values.
Know your, God bless you.
And keep reminding yourself of those values. And make sure that you never stay out of touch of those values.
All right. We'll take a break now and we'll continue when we come back.
Relationships. Have y'all niggas ever felt heartbreak? I will never get mad at anybody for saying that they don't do relationships. Have y'all niggas ever felt heartbreak? I'm pretty sure death, actual dying, physical death is easier than experiencing heartbreak. I can almost guarantee it. So when somebody say, I just don't do relationships, I don't even get mad at them, because to experience heartbreak once is a tragedy. To experience heartbreak twice, oh, that's a death sentence, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. To experience it 3 times, oh man, you might as well not even exist anymore. Because if you don't off yourself, your circumstances will. It's an experience that you have to experience around your early years and age. Because if you don't and you experience it in your older years, oh man, you may never recover.
Welcome back. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the clip that was just played. Okay, now from the clip now, guy is saying if you decide never to date, he's okay with you, he will support you. You know, but now that you're looking at emotional isolation, now as a man, do you think it's right
to emotionally isolate and not be involved? I think individual differences, I think so. Individual differences. If you are more at peace, I can't tell a man what he should do or what he should not, but if you are more at peace in that state, you have tried several relationships, I find that your mental health is always crashing. You are more at peace when you're alone and you can handle it. I think you should stay that way, but I won't recommend it. But if you are more at peace in that state than when than all the several relationships that you have tried, I don't think there's any problem with that. I don't think there's any problem with even Paul in the Bible said it now. Didn't he say it?
So, are you now referring to Paul as talking heartbreak? Is there something you are saying that we don't know?
well, like emotional isolation, it's a state, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You are allowed to withdraw sometimes, but during the state of your withdrawal, what are you doing?
Your self-discovery?
What are you doing?
Or you are doing yourself or the...
No. But like we've said it. We'll keep repeating. I think we'll keep repeating what we've said before. It's just understanding. I know it's not easy. It's easier said than done. Allow yourself to feel the grief. Allow yourself cry if you have to. Chat with different people or listen to music like some other people do, but don't stay long in that isolation. Do not stay long. The longer you stay, the harder it becomes to get out. The longer you stay comfortable in being isolated, the longer it gets for you to get solution. to become better. So you need to grieve fast and get out of it.
But do you know that some men go through grieving or trauma, but they don't know?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course, you might be displaying trauma symptoms. I don't know that.
Yes, not only men, but it's more common with men.
Some people think it's a personality. Like I saw a video yesterday. I think yesterday someone was saying that some people are proud. I don't know, maybe you sent it to me or said to somebody's status that some people are proud of. I easily cut people off. I don't take nonsense. That you are proud that is that you are easy, but that is a trauma. It's a trauma response.
It's a trauma
response.
It's
a trauma, and you will not know. You will think that it's a personality trait that I don't. But it's a trauma response. And it's also plays on your own standards. Why are you allowing people in your life that you're always having to cut off later?
Might just be some people's personality.
I'm not even ruling that out.
Because as an empathetic person, right? Yes. Now, if people find that you're empathetic, people sometimes will begin to take advantage. And the issues that empathetic people have is this now. Most times it's not like you have enough, but you're always dishing out to other people. And you're not recharging. And then it gets to a point that you just have to, when you do your own self-audit and you see your battery down nearly low, you have to start telling people, say, when you reach out to me at this point, I tell no, thank you. Right now, I'm emotionally unavailable. Yes, they are going to gaslight you. But you just need to take a firm stand at that point that whatever it is right now, I'm going to be loving me. Because I think for you to dish out any form of love, I think the Holy Book says, love your neighbor as yourself. For me to be capable of loving anyone else, I have to love myself.
Yourself, yeah.
So if I don't love, I can't give what
I don't have. You can't give what
have.
you don't have, yes.
What about someone who is going through heartbreak, has been traumatized, and doesn't know that he's been traumatized? What are the signs? How do we know? What are the signs?
Like you mentioned, for someone that says he or she keeps cutting off people, and for that person, that is very hard because for someone that is not looking inward, how do you know you're even going through trauma?
Because they would think they just have zero tolerance for BS.
Yes.
And it's not
but that's not it.
They are afraid to let people into their circle.
And when the next person tells you that, auntie or brother, I think you are actually going through a kind of trauma, they kind of flare up and they don't want to
they will be on the
deal with
defense.
the elephants in the room.
That's because, we've spoken about it. The thing is this now. You've been vulnerable once and you've been beaten. And the worst thing that can happen to you is to be in the state where you tell somebody your greatest fear, right?
And
then you will have somebody then do that thing to you. See,
that destroys you.
Very painful.
You are talking of pain.
It destroys you.
See, at the point in time, see, the next people you are likely to meet,
you would not be able to open up like that.
You think open up, you manipulate them. It will get to a point where, do you know how bad it can be? You can manipulate people where you find out that you're in a relationship with this person, you read their persona, you understand them, and they just think, at that period they see us, he's an active listener. Oh, he listens. You're not listening. It's because you are just building a profile. And when you are done building that profile, you just know when to what buttons, when, and how. You will find out that you can be in a relationship with somebody for 2-3 years, and he never apologizes. You find out that you are the only one apologizing. Because he just knows that the way we are going now, I will trigger this. This babe will soon open up, wise up to things, and things will happen. So what he just look for one of the triggers, and then you just come and you flare up.
May we not meet such people.
Then I think to answer,
but it is coming from the place of trauma because now they've been emotionally isolated now. So now this is it now. What, as a lady, right? What would you recommend to a man who's been vulnerable to a woman and then who's been betrayed? What would you recommend to him in order for him to reconnect with his emotions?
Well, for me, as a lady, it's very tough. It will be very tough for me to recommend that to a man. But the first thing
let's say you find yourself where now you meet this lovely guy, he ticks all the boxes, but you can still sense that he's still carrying baggages.
One, I'm a very emotional person, so when I find myself with such people, because even when people misbehave, as an empathetic person, I already provide I've rationalized it. So I have beforehand forgiven you, even when I'm accosting you, because I understand where it is coming from. Do you understand that? For example, I'm aware that you lost your job. So of course I know that you will be sad. So maybe if I send you a message and you don't respond immediately, you zoned out. I know what is going on. So when I reach out to you, I'm like, I just expect you to open up and tell me I was just out. I needed some time off. I don't want you to tell me and so.
Wow.
Do you understand? That is where I'll begin to take a step back. There is no openness. There is no honesty. There is no trust. What do we build the relationship on? I need to be with someone that when the person says yes, I don't want to second guess you and say, does it mean no? I'm not going to study you like that. Do you understand?
You don't want conflict signal. Is it that green or red?
Just
Show
tell
me.
me. I shouldn't be studying you like that.
It shouldn't be orange.
I shouldn't be an overthinker with you.
Yeah.
So when I know you're going through stuff, open up to me and tell me, oh, I just need a moment off. Back off. I respect your privacy. I respect that. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Just be open about it. So we can understand you. For example, let's see maybe a man dated a serial cheat. You know, the girl had been cheating. And maybe some of the things he noticed was that she was always with password on her phone and everything. And now he has told me about it. I don't think it would be right for me to put password on my phone.
But it is your phone.
Reason is we are both in a relationship, right? We are meant to complement each other. So where he has a weakness, I'm supposed to like stand in until he grows in it. Do you understand now?
Yeah.
It's not a master-servant relationship where I tell him you cannot control me. But what I don't like is when he takes advantage of it and then he picks my phone and says, "Who is Sade?" Put it on speaker. Call him and put it on speaker. I want to hear. Some people take it too far. You don't do that. Do you understand now?
Maybe just because he loves you. Now, he's been hot. He's moving through a phase where he was emotionally, he was emotionally isolated. And now, you know, he saw you and the butterflies in his belly were doing, they were doing somehow. And then you imagine that kind of thing that he's holding you, you're doing, you're chilling and you're having a cinema setting. And then,
Netflix,
you know,
and
you understand. And then you have that thing popping up, pim, Ade is calling. Pim, Ade is, why is Ade calling at this unholy hour?
Of course, that's what I'm saying because I understand.
And probably Ade is just your bestie that you just talk
Ade
about.
should not call me at that particular hour. Do you understand now? Ade should not call me.
So because you're now in a relationship with somebody like that, you will tell Ade to stop calling you.
Well, boundaries are necessary.
Priscilla Bakala. Now, you know she was vested with Eniola.
Yeah.
You know when she celebrated her birthday, Eniola got carried away. He called her at night. He wanted to be the first person to wish her happy birthday, but he had forgotten that she's not married. And so that one, you know, she sent him a message, "Guy, I'm married." And he said, "Oh my God, I'm sorry." Do you understand? Because it has been a tradition. I'm going to be the first person to call you and all of that. That's where I'm going to.
Boundaries.
I have to put up boundaries to respect my man. Do you understand? But man also has to put up boundaries to respect me. He should not be telling me.
It has to be reciprocal.
So if it's not being reciprocated, excuse me with that.
Chief.
No, I have a question, right? The question I have is, what do you tell a man? I think that that's what true to us, but what do you tell a man that has been vulnerable before and got hurt? What do you tell him so he can be vulnerable in his next relationship? What is it that you tell him?
You should test the waters. The thing with vulnerability is this, is quite simple. See, there are layers to the things you can be vulnerable with people. Now, start from the least things and watch the way they behave. So the thing is this now. Okay. Once you start with the least things that you see the way they behave, you know, that's, you know, before we did common set, I was telling you that there are certain relationships that you get into and then some things will unfold and you just tell this person, no, miss me, this, no. This is not for me, right? And, you know, you cannot tell the person that, sorry, you don't have sense. Yeah, it's not like, because that's the thing. They do not have sense. That's it.
Because several times you must have tried to address it and then they say no.
No, but because you're trying to be a gentleman, and you cannot just tell, sorry, you don't have sense. That's why I'm breaking. They say, sorry, it's not you, it's me. I
hate that.
I think we need to take a step back. Because you already, the thing is this now, because I believe for every relationship, for every whether it's romantic or not, for every friendship that we have, there's a goal, right? Now, if my goal is to settle down, but I cannot settle down with someone that I begin to see traits that you're already my enemy. Why would I want to be stuck with my enemy? I think I want to be around my friend. I want somebody, like she said, I want someone who's got my back. I want someone that, you know how crazy it is. Imagine, and it happens a lot in Africa for married couples, right? People will test you and your spouse. You know, they will bring certain requests. They will have tried your spouse, bim. And then your spouse will have just told them, no. Your spouse will shut them down. And then they will come to you. Now, it is in your understanding with them that you be like, no, like you just know, like, I need to run this thing via my spouse. I need to run this thing via my partner. So you just tell the person, oh, you know what? That thing you said, yeah, we'll take a breather on it, yeah? Let me think about it. I'll get back to you.
You don't even need to tell them that you want to discuss
you
with your wife.
You don't, see, if you mention that one, that's another problem. So why would you even want to do that? So don't even do that, because if you do that, you're putting your partner on the spotlight for backlash. So most times,
because when the answer comes in the negative,
you're like,
it's your wife.
It's that person. Now, but when you just, can I take a breather on it? Can I just I just need some time to consider this. I'll get back to you. I'll do your call. I'll do a text. Now, by the time you do your thinking, even you. Now, I've found myself in situations where somebody goes to make a request from my wife, and then the person came to me, and I said the same thing. My wife said the same thing. That's not the first time. You know what the person did the next time? Next time the person had a request. The person just looked at this. The man is the man of the house. So this person circumvents my wife and then comes directly to me. And I still give the person the same answer. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll have to take a rain check on that. I'll get back to you. And then the next person was saying, oh, my spouse has this strong hold on me. Just controlling. Now, that's the thing. I've been through heartbreak. I've been through things that I feel that, okay, now I have a relationship that is stable. I think I'm with my friend. Now, and it's just, for me, I believe...
You would want to protect it.
I want to protect what I have, because there are times that love fades, but the friendship, it doesn't, because you look for reasons. See, when love fades, you look for reasons why you should still be around that person. There are times, I don't know, maybe it happens to other married people, but there are times you just wake up and you look at your son and you're like...
Sorry, I think I'm a little bit lost.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about vulnerability, right?
Yes.
And I believe that there are different things that, like, okay, there are different types of vulnerability.
No, we're actually talking about vulnerability
in
relationship
yes.
due to heartbreak. Now, the question he asked that he's trying to, answer is, if you have suffered heartbreak due to the fact that you were vulnerable. You know, heartbreak can be due to different reasons. Yeah. It can be due to cheating. It can be due to dishonesty, domestic violence. Yeah. But this one, you were vulnerable. You were expressing your emotions, and your partner takes advantage of it as a lady. So if you are a man, you are in that state, you're experiencing that. What do you do? How do you get out of it? Now, most men, the first thing they do is to vow that the next person coming, Ajay.
Bleed on the person.
They'll bleed on the person. They'll show the person pepper. But it is not healthy at the long run, okay? There was a time I ate breakfast and I ordered for a book, How to Be a Bad Bitch. While reading the book, the Holy Spirit kept telling me that this is not you. This is not your personality. At the long run, it is not sustainable, because this is not who I am. So what do? You create boundaries to protect yourself from the next person coming in, so that that person would not take advantage of it the same. But you can't change who you are. For instance, now, if a man is a very kind person, a caring person, and maybe the previous partner took advantage of that and abused him, insults him, you are a weak man, the tendency is that the next person coming in, he will not want to be caring with that person, and it will change the dynamics of the relationship.
There's this particular song that applies to what you're saying. I don't know. It's by Emily Sandé. Let me see if I remember the lyrics. Would you let me see beneath your beautiful? See, the girl had suffered some heartbreak. This guy is trying to love her. But you see the walls, that's part of the lyrics of the song. I was telling you guys, the walls that you've built around yourself. Even though I love you,
The walls are too high.
The walls are too high. I cannot get to love you
No, but
in your own way. So that's why
sometimes
like,
I think
let me see
consistency from the other partner would help. That's where I talked about understanding. That me as a lady, if a man is traumatized and I know that the person is a good person.
The other person was understanding too while the other person was manipulating, no? You know, when people want to manipulate you, right? They come in, they are the best form of fresh air you can ever have. You know what, you know, they get all the information, you know, I know that gifting is your love language. You get to a particular place, they are delivering flowers.
I've been played before, so I know the old
when they're
works.
delivering the flowers, you're getting boxes of chocolates, you're getting recognition. I'm doing the PDA thing.
Everybody's, you know, calling you the sweetest couple ever.
We just circled back to the first thing.
Finding yourself.
The first,
doing a
self-awareness.
The first thing we spoke about before the break, because how can you say you want to build boundaries, boundaries that the next person would have to fight?
No. That's the thing. No. You won't have to be toxic about it now.
Yes.
This time is this now. What you've done this time is you've learned.
Yes.
Now, so this time is this now. You are going to still let your guard down a bit, but it's going to be bit by bit.
Bit by bit.
Yeah. So the thing is this now. That's why I said, if I test the waters and then I see that, no, this one no get sense. It's wrong for me to say somebody doesn't have sense, but there are people that just don't have sense. So, and I just know this is not going to work. It's just better for me to let you go.
That's the best.
Because that's the best I can do for my
Let me
sanity.
paint this scenario for him. The guy I dated in my last relationship was a serial cheat. He was cheating, you know, and Yoruba will call it error ife. Like you have this, maybe people like you, especially ladies and all. Once you are aware that I have that particular traumatic, or I've had that particular, you will be very careful with the way women will flock around you, knowing that this is a dicey issue for me. Except you genuinely don't like me, except you don't want to give the relationship a shot, right? Now, let's take, for instance, let's step out of maybe trauma from vulnerability. Let's look at maybe finance aspects. For example, you are the man, I'm the lady. When we were courting, you were very okay, well-to-do and everything, and you were meeting all my needs back to back to back. And me too, I was, you know, doing businesses and everything, and also having money, but you were taking care of me, despite me making my own money. Something happens along the line, and you're unable to meet up with your finances. What am I supposed to do as the woman? Should I walk out of the relationship? No, that's what I'm saying. So it also applies in the emotional sense. When I see that you're having a challenge, I should step up and like, do you understand? So, but if in the situation I'm stepping up, you're taking advantage of it. Let's circle back to the finance aspect now. Now you've had issues with your finances and I'm coming up and everything. And then because you see, I'm going to where it talks about manipulation. You now see that, oh, this girl is adding all the bills, she's paying everything, she's covering up for me. You're not making moves. You're not making business moves. You're not hustling. You're not doing the things you should do as a man, even if they're not bringing forth. You know, I'm seeing you put effort. You're not. What do you think I would do?
We'll need to take a breather now. We'll continue after the break. I saw we're going. We'll continue after the break. Okay.
Healing from a broken heart is a process that takes time. Don't rush or put pressure on yourself to get over it. Everyone's different. Some people will mourn the loss in a few days and they'll be good to face the world again, while others may take months or even years to get over heartbreak. One favor you can do yourself, though, is to stay off social media. Listen, social media can exacerbate heartbreak. Researchers found that people who use social media more frequently have a hard time coping with heartbreak, as they may be more likely to compare themselves to their ex-partner or see reminders of them online. Take things one day at a time and focus on small steps forward. There's no set time. Don't feel pressured. All in good time, you'll be able to wake up and not think about this person any longer. Time is a miracle worker. Trust me.
Welcome back. Yes. So now, I know we've had this, we've talked about this isolation, we've talked about recovery. Now, the clip we just watched now, she said, okay, take time. If you need to grieve, grieve. You need to mourn, mourn, right? But if you put yourself in the shoes of someone who's just gotten through it, what would you do? What would you advise other men to do from your own perspective?
I think it's to just accept. Number one, I think accept the fact that you can't control every situation. That it's not everything that's within your control. So accept it, and I think accepting it helps you in your next relationship or whatever. That accept that there are things beyond your control. Even if you put all the boundaries, you know all the red flags to run away from and everything, you can still get played.
Yes.
So I think you just accept it that there's a risk that this can happen again. Have it at the back of your mind that and that's out of my control.
But
because
this is the no-go area.
that because the person you're going to date, you're not the one controlling that, but that's a person on their own. So you have no control over that. So you accept it. Accept that that's part of life. That just accept it that you have no control. I think that's what I'm going to tell you. If you tell anybody that's going to accept it and accept the pain and deal with it and everything.
And try again.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if you're going to address. There's something that she said that I don't agree with anyway.
Yeah.
The social media part. Like she said, you stay off social media. Yeah. Me personally, I don't agree to it because I see social media itself as a tool.
To get over it.
Yeah, so some people can use it. Wait, let me just land. Somebody can use it and it can become worse for them. Some people can use it and it can become better for them. So you that need to go and stalk your ex, I'm checking their page to know if what if they found someone new. That's your own. You are making it, but if you are using it positively, there are lots of videos out there, especially TikTok, that can make a lot of my boundaries and whatever that I've built over time. It was because of positive videos I learned from people speaking about issues like this. So you can use it positively and also stay off social media. It depends on you as a person.
You know the funny thing? She's actually using social media to tell us.
Exactly.
So
how do you stay off social media?
So it's a tool.
It's because when people are hot, actually, people do not have filters. Yeah, yes. Well, from your own perspective, because we're rounding up.
Okay. I'm not. What I would say is, if past experience can be a cause for the suffering you are going through now, let positive experience also be a cause for whatever you want to do in life. Because if you say I'm lingering in pain because of the experience I've had, if you can experience that with negativity, you should also use positive. You should try to find the positives in your life to be able to balance out the negatives and help you to come out of it.
Men have heartbreaks, they should grieve. If they want to cry, they should cry.
Yeah, you can grieve.
If they want to wallow in that
they shouldn't wallow. Oh, yes.
Or the catfish.
Yes.
Speak
but they
more
should
with
not
friends.
Isolate themselves for too long.
Yeah.
They should be around their friends. You know, they should do things that they like self-care. They should learn to love themselves.
Yeah.
When you learn to love yourself,
go for that pedicure, go for that spa session.
Go and play golf, table tennis, you know, hang out with your friends.
Go on vacation.
But at the same time, I don't know, there's no timeline for healing.
That is what I was going to say.
There's no time, so you can't rush it, but don't sit with it.
Yes.
You can be healing and still be in a relationship, but the thing is that you should be, yes,
you can heal.
Yeah.
With
You
the
can
right
be healing
partner,
and
you
still
can.
you can.
Yes.
You can't be completely healed.
She also said something that I did not agree with, that time helps and heals. Not all the time. It is intentionality. It is intentionality. Some people can grieve and stay in denial for over 10 years. I'm telling you. And they'll begin to traumatize other people. You just see that they are 40, 45, they're not settling down. What is happening?
Yeah, I wanted to answer that. When you ask what are the signs of somebody not investing in relationship, is a very sure sign that you're under trauma. Investing emotionally, financially, physically.
I have seen people who would say that nobody in the family is close to them. They don't have friends. What is happening? That's a red flag. But sometimes, because of we women, we are nurturers. We begin to pity them. Oh, you don't have friends. Oh my God.
Let me do everything.
But do you know that some people can be good friends and bad partners?
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. And some people can be best partners and bad people. Look at Jezebel in the Bible. I don't think there is a wife that is as good as Jezebel in the Bible. It's only the Proverb 31 woman that I know that. But when we look at the wife, it looks at it, she didn't need to ask Ahab, The woman knew he said,
She knew all the buttons.
what happened to you?
Very sad.
But
Is this-
it's just that she was a bad woman. She said,
Okay. Is
that guy
that-
did
is
not
that
give
all?
you the plot of land. He didn't give you the
the
vineyard.
king.
Don't worry. I know just what to do. Chillax, go and eat food and rest. That woman. So while you are being a good friend, you can be a bad partner if you refuse to process your grief, your trauma, and intentionally undo them.
Intentionally.
Exactly, intentionality matters. You must come out of it.
Yeah.
You must cry, listen to those love songs, those heartbreak, break my heart. Say you love me again.
Hey. And I think also something with input is I think never ever try to seek for closure.
Closure. Mbano.
Never ever.
It might
He always
more
end,
heartbreaking than ever.
he always end bad. Yeah. It's been a wonderful session with you all. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have learned new things, and I hope you do. So stay tuned. Join us on Dominion TV. Next time we'll come your way. Have a lovely evening.